What's going on, everybody? My name is CD, and today we are talking about the Season 4 Reloaded update. That's what they're calling it. So this update came out June 29th at 11 p.m. Pacific time, whatever that may be in your time zone. And this is the quote-unquote mid-season update that we've all been waiting for because of the Grau nerfs, or what they've called the weapon tuning. But this update has come out with a lot more than just weapon tuning. Right here you can see the Season 4 Reloaded roadmap that they've shown. So on here we can see a new weapon which looks like a 50 cal, that's awesome. You can see a 200 player battle royale mode, which should be pretty fun, pretty insane. A new multiplayer map called Cheshire Park, a new operator named Rose, and then they show more things on here like a triple feed XP, gunfight tournament rewards, a new multiplayer mode called Team Defender, and then Warzone updates, a new contract, Juggernaut Royale, which seems a little crazy, spotter scope, and gulag weapon updates. So some of the more interesting ones for me at least are the Warzone updates. So we're talking about the supply run contract, the new contract. Basically, upon activation, you and your squad will be directed to a nearby buy station. If you reach it within the time limit, you get a discount on buy station purchases. So it's a good idea, and it depends how big that discount is, but this might be something where maybe you're playing squads, two teammates are up, and you're trying to find money frantically for those other two teammates. If you have a little bit, maybe this supply run contract is enough for you to get your squad back. They also talked about a Juggernaut Royale mode, and all it says is find one of the airdrop care packages to become the Juggernaut and use the minigun to attack enemies and vehicles. Once a Juggernaut is sent to the gulag, a new Juggernaut care package will drop on the map. Oh boy, so there can only be one Juggernaut at a time. I don't think I'm going to play that mode very much. Just, I don't know. Doesn't seem like my type of battle royale. They also announced a spotter scope, a new piece of equipment. It says, think of this as a high-powered scope without the glint. It's a reusable scope that allows you to scan the environment around you and mark your enemies without being detected. I don't know how big this is gonna really be. We'll have to see, I guess, how it works. Of course, with all the Modern Warfare and Warzone updates, it's a big one. So they say approximately 22 to 36 gigabytes for owners of the full version of Modern Warfare, and then console owners must also install a secondary download of approximately 3.5 gigs if you want to access multiplayer. At least that's what it says here. It also states that when the update is fully complete, the overall, I guess, digital footprint of the game on your console will only be minimally increased. So you really just need that space for the update, but it's not going to take up that space going forward. So now let's jump into the weapon tuning for this mid-season update. So there are quite a few of small tweaks for a number of weapons, but I'm going to go over the ones that I feel are going to be the most important going forward. For the AX50 sniper, they increased the damage range, which I think was really the only thing making the AX50 and the HDR a little bit different, but they also guaranteed a one hit to lower torso at any range for the HDR. For the Kar 98, they increased the ADS speed, a small decrease to hip spread, and they increased the damage range. For the AK-47, they increased the ADS speed, and then the CR-56, which is the Galil, they decreased the damage range. Now we get into the two weapons that we all knew were coming, and they've now been nerfed. Number one, the MP5. So they decreased the damage range for the MP5 overall. And now the next three changes are more of competitive multiplayer Call of Duty changes. They're all made to the 10mm ammo type, which is what most people use in competitive. But for Warzone, most people are using the 45 round mags instead of the 10mm. Here they decreased the 10mm damage range, reduced the long range damage to the 10mm ammo, and gave a slight recoil increase to the 10mm ammo. So this got nerfed pretty bad for the 10mm ammo. Now for your normal Warzone MP5 class, I don't know that this is going to change a ton, but I do think this is going to make people try and find a substitute for a close range SMG. So for the Grau, they reduced the damage range, they gave a slight increase to high frequency recoil, and then they reduced the recoil compensation and decreased the range on the Tempest, Archangel, and the FSS Nexus barrels, which everyone was using the Archangel barrel. So there's quite a few nerfs here to the Grau, but we'll have to kind of wait and see if it actually puts it below like the M4 or something like that in the assault rifles. And then the final tune that I think is interesting is the no stock attachment over all weapons. They've increased the weapon recoil and decreased the ADS aiming steadiness. So now with all that being said, we'll kind of have to see where the meta lies now. I feel like the Grau has definitely been nerfed, but because of how much better it was than the other assault rifles, it could still be the meta. In my opinion, since they didn't even touch the M4, I think that's probably gonna rival it pretty closely now, if not take its spot, but we'll kind of see where everything falls coming out here real shortly. Next up, I really want to try out quite a few weapons to see where they fall in this meta. I'll have some videos on those coming out here soon for you guys. Click that like button if you guys have enjoyed it. Sub if you guys have not already. See you guys later.